Hey guys, Major Kate here, and in today's video I want to talk to you on why you need to stop using Cold War weapons in Warzone. But first, if you're probably 73% that watches my videos and is still not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on to get notified when my videos go live. And now with that out of the way, let's get into the video. You know it wouldn't be a title update with at least one controversial stealth change being added to Warzone, am I right? Well, with the drop of Season 2, Raven has done it again. But let's backtrack for a minute. When the Cold War weapons were first integrated into Warzone, they received a lot of backlash from the community because a lot of attachments were practically useless. Things like the agency suppressor and the bruiser foregrip had no reason to take any of your precious attachment slots. Fast forward to the Season 1 update and all the attachments were changed to fit their Modern Warfare equivalent, with some even having hidden stats. A couple examples are the agency suppressor being changed to have the exact same stats as the monolithic suppressor, and the bruiser grip filling in the slot of the operator foregrip. Now with the most recent update, a lot of those attachments have not only been reverted back to their pre-season 1 stat, but also nerfed, so much so that you need to stop using Cold War weapons altogether. Well, at least past 10 meters. Guns like the MAC-10 and the FAR-1 are still viable at point blank range, but after that, it's time to bring out those kilos, the growl, man, even your Bruin. And that's it. I want to make sure to put all the important information here at the beginning, that way you can just click off and go back to dominating Warzone. But if you're still here, hit that like button and make sure to hit that bell notification icon, as it really helps the channel grow. But now, let's get into some testing. When we talk about the single most important attachment in Warzone, the suppressor takes that slot by a mile. Being able to stay off the radar and keep your position concealed is crucial, especially when we're talking about those endgame situations. However, with the most recent update, all, and I mean all, the Cold War suppressors got nerfed to the ground. Taking a look at the pre-patch stats, the agency suppressor, or the equivalent, since the GRU and the RAP suppressor are pretty much the same thing, would increase your damage range and the bullet velocity, meanwhile hurting your aim down sight time and aim walking steadiness. But when we look at them now, post-patch, the stats have been reverted to the original versions. Taking a look at the current description, it states that the suppressor is now increasing your recoil control, obviously giving you sound suppression, but on the other hand, it's reducing your bullet velocity, sometimes up to a whopping 40%. And if we take one of the best Cold War weapons to use in Warzone, the DMR-14 as our baseline, and mind you, the DMR-14 has a bullet velocity of 500 meters per second, which is pretty bad. Once we add the agency suppressor, it drops down by around 37% to about 315 meters per second, which is honestly infuriating. It doesn't result in making the gun harder to use or inconsistent, it straight up makes the game feel like it's lagging. And just to highlight how important bullet velocity is, the Fennec has the exact same fire rate as the MAC-10, and it never really caught on due to how bad the bullet velocity is. But enough of that, let's take a look at bullet drop. First up is the DMR-14 with a suppressor, and as you can see, it's sitting between the 6th and the 8th spot on the scope. When we compare that to the DMR-14 with no attachments, it's hitting just above the 4th mark. And when we compare that to the DMR-14 with max bullet velocity, it hits just below the 2 mark. If we compare all these bullet drops from the same distance side by side, it really starts to show how the suppressors got hit hard with this nerf. And if we slow down the shots to 25% speed, you can see that max bullet velocity comes in at 255, the DMR-14 with no attachments comes out at 338, and if you add just the suppressor, it will take you down to 513. Not only does it result on the bullet taking longer to reach the target, but the bullet drop, I mean, just look, the bullet drop is crazy, man. And this is not just the DMR-14, this is across all weapons, including snipers. And since suppressors are an absolute must in Warzone, and the majority of gunfights are fought at medium to long range, as of right now, it's pretty much useless to use any Cold War weapon without having to account for bullet drop and leading your target. And because of these reasons, I wouldn't even bother using the 2 new weapons for Season 2. The FARA 83 is most comparable to the FFAR, and the time to kill, fire rate, and recoil are worse than the FFAR. As for the LC-10, we need to compare this to the best SMG, the MAC-10, and it has a slower fire rate, slower aim down sight time, and a slower time to kill. Mix that with the recent suppressor nerf, and it's pointless to use these weapons in Warzone. However, there is a silver line. On my Discord, which you guys should definitely be joining, and I'll be leaving a link in the description down below, I did get a message from the Warzone bot that keeps track of all updates across all Call of Duty. And Raven Software has posted a tweet that states we will be returning the agency, GRU, and RAP suppressor to their former glory in the next hotfix, which means that this change was most likely unintentional. However, when this hotfix will roll out, it's actually anyone's guess. We can expect to see this probably with next week's update. So for the next week, I highly recommend you to go back to your favorite Modern Warfare weapon until this hotfix is released. As for my thoughts on this, I think it's gonna be a great week. A little taste of the past, if you will, as everyone will soon realize the nerf and switch back to their Modern Warfare weapons. We're gonna see Growls, Kilos, Rams. I think it's gonna be fun, even if it lasts for just a week. But now, it's time for me to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about this absolute clusterfuck? Because there's no other way to call it. And also, I'm really curious to know what is your favorite Modern Warfare weapon to use in Warzone. Let me know down in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon so you get notified when my videos go live. As always, a like rating is always appreciated. And also, follow me over on Twitch. And that's all for me today. I'm Major Cade, and I thank you for watching.